I guess we should talk about the differences between the Boston Terrier and the Italian Greyhound. So, as you can see, Luca's gotten quite a bit bigger now. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. And Mr. Teddy has also gotten quite a bit bigger. Teddy has been with us for about 7 weeks, and Luca has been with us for 11 weeks, and he's eating something in the grass. What are you eating? What are you eating? So, what's that? What's that he got? These two are very alike in many ways and different in many ways. First being that obvious, the Boston Terrier has no tail and no nose. So we technically call them round head and needle nose. And they get along very well. They do wrestle quite a bit because they're still puppies. And if things get too heated, we separate them, but it's not very often that happens. The first thing I noticed as far as Teddy goes is, out of all the dogs we've had, he's number 15. And we've had bushes in the backyard there and over there. And when they would start playing, he would dive right into the bushes. And of course, that's where all the ticks are. So never did a dog do that. Not one of our now 9 IGs has ever dove into the bushes. So I cut all those away. He also likes to dig. And we've had a couple IGs in the past that would dig holes, but Teddy took it to a new level. So I had to watch him doing that. He also liked to scratch at the brick steps. So I had to actually replace a couple of the bricks, and it turned into a full week project because I had to take all the bricks out, put up new lattice, also the shed, put up new lattice to keep the dogs from going underneath there. Our last IG, Gia, would like to go under the shed and chase the rabbits. She'd come out smelling horrendous. And you had to look for fleas and ticks on her in that respect. So Teddy likes to dive bomb into the bushes, and we stopped him from doing that by just cutting all the bushes out. We also had the big cicada. What are you eating now? The big cicada incident, and we had to put up some wire fencing sort of from the corner there around the porch. So for a good 3 weeks, they were limited because the boys kept eating loads of cicadas, and it was disgusting. So, and it's not healthy for them to eat lots of them, but they were obsessed with them, both of these two. So we got rid of the cicadas. Well, they didn't get rid of them, they finally left. Gracie didn't care about the cicadas, the designer dog. She had no desire. The last time, 13 years ago, we had a full-size Greyhound with our lot, and she was obsessed with the cicadas as well. So another difference is potty training. Everything I'd read and researched was that the Bostie was a pretty easy dog to house train. And then upon further research, I found more and more threads and forums and groups, and lots of folks had a problem with house training this breed. It was difficult. The first 2 weeks were extremely difficult. He would go outside and do his business, he'd pee, and then I'd praise him, and he'd come back in and just squat and pee right in the middle of the living room after he had just peed. So we weren't sure if he was marking territory or whatever, but he wouldn't sniff around looking for a place. He would just stop and pee, and it was becoming a problem. And after the first 2 weeks, it started to slowly go away. So, what is it? Another difference is the sound of their barks. Teddy sounds like a squeaker toy from Toy Story, and Luca sounds like he's been smoking for 30 years. He's got that gravelly IG bark. I'm not sure it's because they have such long necks and he doesn't have a neck and it's the shape of the head. I'm assuming that's what it is. So we've taken it's hilarious when they get into it and they start playing, and Teddy sounds like a squeaky toy and Luca sounds like he's a gang member, like a biker gang. Another difference is speed. Obviously, Teddy can't keep up with Luca. It's just not possible. Luca's so quick. Teddy is fairly, he's fairly agile. And apparently, this breed is known for doing agility, which I had no idea that Boston Terriers did agility. But the breeder said that, yeah, that's the case. And in fact, Teddy was supposed to go to an agility person, a woman, but we hit it off so well. She being an artist and myself being a professional artist, we hit it off, and we used the same medium of color pencil. And even though he was spoken for, because he was only one boy out of the 5 in the litter, she decided with her husband that they really liked us and they wanted to give Teddy to us. And they live about 2 hours from us, so they liked that as well, that we could bring him down for visits and come visit us. So that was quite nice. And having 2 boys made it much easier, because I didn't know if we could handle a female Boston and a male Italian Greyhound puppies. We'd have to keep them separated for obvious reasons for a period of time. Another similarity is they both like to patrol. So they'll go around the fence line patrolling everything, which is quite funny. All 3 of them do that actually, which is hilarious. As far as personalities go, the Boston Terrier and the Italian Greyhound are very similar in personalities. They're both kind of clownish. Italian Greyhounds are known to maintain like a puppyhood for quite some time, and Bostons are the same way. Also, similarly, they're both single coat dogs. They don't like the cold. They don't like the wet. Although Bostons do like, when they get overheated, to use a kiddie pool. So my wife bought the kiddie pool. She put him in it, and at first he didn't like it, and then I was watching him from inside, and he started getting in on his own. Just a couple inches of water, he would cool off. Another difference is Italian Greyhounds like to sleep under the covers next to you, and Boston Terriers sleep on top of the covers. And Bostons are quite gassy, which I knew about, but okay. You gonna eat that wood? Also, Teddy will eat anything that fits into his wide mouth. He is quite a pig. He chews on everything. Out of all of our Italian Greyhounds, they didn't chew on wires or cords, anything like that, furniture, an occasional shoe maybe, but nothing much. This one, anything fits in his mouth, he's gonna chew. So that's another difference I've spotted between the 2. Both are very loving, sweet as can be. They get along with other dogs. We've taken them both out on excursions to like flea markets and Lowe's and Home Depot, and they're showstoppers. Everywhere we go, everyone says, "Oh, is that a Frenchie? And is that a mini Greyhound?" And we got to explain the breed, both breeds. And we are not Frenchie experts by any means, as this is our first Boston. It's our first Boston Terrier, so we're not experts. But we go everywhere with them when we can, and it's hilarious. What are you doing, Luca? So we free feed. I'm not sure how many of you watching this free feed your dogs, but we started free feeding with our last IG and Gracie, and from everything I've read, if you start free feeding as puppies, they will self-regulate. And so far, so good. So no timed feedings. We fill the dog bowl up about 5 cups of food, and then every morning there's usually a cup and a half left. So between the 3 dogs, they're eating what they're supposed to, I reckon. Now, we talked to the breeder and sent pictures and said, is this his correct weight for his age? He's about 9.7 pounds, the Bostie. And she said that yes, he's perfect, and that she's happy that he's free feeding. Another difference though is you have to watch the Boston because they have wide mouths and small throats, and they can choke on their food, so we have to watch him. So we don't leave food in his kennel because of that. So we watch him when he eats. And you know, usually Italians are kind of piggish, but Luca has self-regulated. We feed them soft kind of every other day, and Luca's going through that skinny puppy stage where he's going to look like, you know, skin and bones for a while, but he'll get over that. He'll eventually gain weight. And so you can see the difference though. Teddy, they eat about the same amount of food, and Teddy's putting on weight naturally like he's supposed to. He's in great condition. Luca just looks, you know, like a Greyhound, and he's gotten all these spots now, almost Dalmatian-like. It's quite funny. But, oh, are you pee-pee outside, dog? Are you pee-pee outside, dog? You going pee-pees? You going pee-pees? Come on, let's go. Want a treat? Want a treat? Want pee-pee outside, dog? And yes, we finally got some new patio furniture, cheap stuff, but did you pee-pee outside? Oh, the bear, Gracie the bear. So, part of the house training, still every time we go to the bathroom. Good boy, he's a good boy. He's a pee-pee outside dog, good boy. Did you pee-pee outside, Teddy? You didn't, but I'm gonna give you one just because you're so cute. There you go. So, all right, go back outside. You go back outside? Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on, bear. And Luca loves everybody and every dog. When we take him out with dogs, he gives them all kisses. He is wonderful in public. He just loves everybody. Teddy at first was a little aloof, and now he's fine. We have this humongous dog stroller that my wife got. We didn't realize how big it was, but it's massive. And so she'll put Teddy in the stroller, or she has like a sling that goes around her body, a dog sling, and she'll put Teddy in that. That's another difference. The Boston can't hang as far as activity goes with Luca. Luca's metabolism is much higher, and so Teddy's good for 15-20 minutes and he's done. He goes inside and takes a break. Luca goes and goes and goes. So when what do you keep eating? What is that? There's nothing there. You're a weird little dog. So they'll play, and then finally Teddy will just give up. Oh, you pee-pee outside, dog? See, Teddy's smart because he'll do squirts and come in for treats, and then come for his treat and then go back out and squirt some more. Good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, huh? But really, that's about it. They're similar in many ways as far as personality goes, but in other ways, they're quite different. They both have been sleeping through the night, which is fantastic, because until a couple weeks ago, Luca would be getting up at 2 in the morning, and I'd have to go watch him go out, praise him, give him treats. Teddy though, he sleeps, he'll sleep, and he just pooped. Did you go outside? Are you poo pee outside, dog? Mr. Teddy, did you poop outside? What is hanging from your mouth? Oh, those are good boys. Good boy. He's a good boy. Here, you too. Gracie sniffs something, so she doesn't like the treats. So, all right. That's really about it. So, very similar in many ways, different others. Both very sweet. See, Luca goes right for his jowls. And eventually Teddy's gonna be probably, I wouldn't say taller, obviously. I think Luca's gonna be perfect conformation size, and as well as Teddy. Luca's gonna be probably 12 inches at the shoulders, which is also called the withers. Teddy's probably gonna be a little shorter, but obviously much more stout. He is brindle and seal, and he's beautiful. Both of the breeders were like, "Are you gonna show these dogs? They're perfect." And we're like, "No, we're not gonna show, we're gonna get them fixed." But you can see when they play, Teddy rolls around like a snowball. They're both very curious little pups. Gracie just goes off and does her own thing. What are you doing, boys? Huh? What's that? What you got? Teddy and Luca. Luca and Teddy. Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing, monkey man? Teddy bear. Theodore. What are you doing? All right, I guess that's really about it. So, as Luca goes and bites Teddy's jowls, he also goes for his back legs. Luca, leave Teddy be. Luca, yeah, like a chicken leg. Luca. Look, he's grabbing him by his neck. Luca. Luca. Don't be a bad boy. Teddy don't care, look at him. So they'll chase each other. Luca will chase Teddy, Teddy will chase Luca, and then Gracie will jump in there as a referee. It's quite funny. All right, I guess that's really about it. Hope you enjoyed this little video about the differences between the Boston Terrier and the Italian Greyhound. It's kind of off the cuff, so I probably forgot a bunch of stuff, but you know, it is what it is. If you have any comments about, if you're a Boston owner and you have any comments that you can share, that'd be great, about the breed. And or if you're an Italian Greyhound owner, do likewise. All right, Luca. All right, boys, say goodbye. See, Teddy goes after him too. Bye.